I kept all that. No idea where any of it is now, except for the key one.
Okay, I never really kept all that, but I heard the map that your mother actually crumpled up and threw away.
Crumpled.
Or tore it up and threw away.
No. My mother would never.
By accident.
No, we lived at 266 Denslow Avenue in Westwood, California for 17 years. When I was 18, I bought my own little house with my Goonies money, and I went to go to London to do Memphis Belle. And when I came back, I went, my mom had sold my childhood home, and the map was nowhere to be seen. She didn't know about it. So I surmised that it was thrown out because I knew they had tons of stuff that they were throwing out, and I just, presumed that she didn't understand the value of it. So I don't think she was malicious in it, but I hope at some point it turns up, some of the guys.
I have a confession to make. Joey and I knew your mother was selling the house. We broke into it and we stole the map.
We went to the open house.
That's the sequel.
We went to the open house and stole the map and the key and his hero wardrobe from.
Where's little Thomas? Didn't Thomas have it?
Yeah, Thomas had it in the bathroom.
He started cursing. I taught my language. Had his parents sworn out.
All right, we've got a couple more questions here, and then we're going to wrap it up, guys. But thank you. Give your questions.
Hi, my name is Nicholas. I'm from St. Catharines. Would you have done anything differently in the Goonies now that you have more experience in your acting careers? I mean, I know it wasn't like the first movie any of you did, I don't think, but obviously, okay, yes, it was yours, sorry. But now that you're a little older and hopefully wiser, not making any assumptions here, would you would you have done anything different?
I don't think so.
No?
Well, it's. I just watched the movie a little bit ago, maybe it was last year, in Portland, Oregon, with an Oregonian, public, and it's really kind of old looking. It's sort of dated. I almost felt like on some level the movie didn't kind of hold up. Like it looks like an old movie, and yet people were hanging on every little thing, loving every joke and feeling the adventure of it, and that's magic. I mean, the idea that you would go back and, I'm sure I would do this different or that different, but maybe more takes of the kiss with the girl would have been good. But no, I don't think so.
I think movies are a part of your own personal history. So when you're a fan of a movie like The Goonies, it's 30 years, you're reliving your personal childhood and you're remembering. I think that's what's so great about performance art is that you identify with pieces of the characters in the movie that you want to be like. Be challenged to be the hero, be able to stand up for yourself. And I think that those movies that mean so much to us individually remind us of our mortality and our youth as being parents. Maybe you want to have a parent like Mikey. Mikey's dad, you did it in your own life. So I think that's the beauty of the magic carpet ride of movie making, is it transcends us to a better past.
Would you have done anything different? That was the question.
I don't think.
I got no on that.
No.
All right, well, that's true. Yeah, and the same for me. I
More singing, that's a problem.
To go back, no. You go back in time, that moment there was what the energy was and that world was. What you could do is go forward. What would we do today in a different movie? But to go back to that film at that moment, that's the synergy that's there. That's the energy that's in life. And like you was explaining in some abstract, esoteric way. That's such a moment.
Italian for asshole?
We call it chooch.
Thomas,
Esoteric is highly intelligent.
that's why they can't figure out the sequel. Because you wouldn't want to change anything, and yet they have to think of what comes next. And I think they're stuck. Like you can't put that magic back in that bottle. Maybe they will. At some point, they will. I know they will at some point figure out the combination to the sequel and get it done. But I can't imagine anyone involved in the movie who would subsequently change it based on how much smarter we all are now.
Thank you very much for your question.
Thank you.
This is our last one, and I'm sorry.
No,
Oh,
do it. Just like speed round.
Okay, I'm Frank from Burlington. This one's for Joe. How was it working on The Sopranos and the late James Gandolfini? How was he to work with?
Oh, great. He was wonderful.
Thank you, Ralph.
Thank you, sir. He was a wonderful, giving actor. I only worked on it for 2 seasons, and it was a time where people were still fresh, and I had a wonderful time. I was working in my hometown, and I adored James. He was a sweet, sensitive, what's the word I want to say? He cared more about other people than himself.
Sincere?
Selfless. That's the word, selfless. And I enjoyed it very much.
All right, thanks for the question. Yes, quick.
Hi, my name is Astin. I'm from Montreal. I just wanted to know, well, the 8-year-old wants to know, what was in the water that Mom served in the restaurant, and did anybody drink it?
They just put some ketchup color in it, made it look rusty. It was really watered down tomato sauce, kind of like a thing. You know, Fratelli's tomato sauce. So it was from an old plate that was lying around that hadn't been cleaned out, so that was what
I drank it.
How was it?
It's good.
All right,
had a
thank you.
sweet taste.
Thank you. Another
Thomas, you're the heart of this Q&A, Thomas. So you get the last question.
How did you come up with the name Goonies?
Steven Spielberg. Do you know who that is? He is one of the greatest American filmmakers in the history of movies. And one of my favorite movies that you have to watch is called E.T. You seen E.T.?
Oh yeah. I watched that at my grandma's and it kept skipping.
Well, you make sure you get it again. He's done some wonderful, wonderful movies. He considered himself the original Goonie. And the Goondocks was, I think, something in his imagination of that. You know, I always picture Steven's life is in the suburbs, and he just figured that the people who didn't live in the center of town where things were going on that were interesting, the people who lived kind of out of town, you know, by where the river was or whatever, that they were in the Goondocks, and they get made fun of when they come to school because they live so far away. But for him, the Goonies was an idea of people who get picked on, and so the idea that they become friends. The people who get picked on join together and they become friends.
Like the Lady Gagas, you know?
Yeah. That's exactly.
No, he's shaking his head. No, he's shaking his head.
That's Steven, that Goonies was Chris Columbus.
I think Goonies was Steven's idea.
I know he wanted to do the R gang thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I knew that was the thing, but I didn't know.
I'm 99.9% sure that Steven's thing was the Goonies. Yeah.
Thanks for your question, buddy. And yes, let's give a round of applause. Just before we end off, just celebrate the 30th.
This is a special moment. There may not be many people in this audience here, which I find surprising, but it is a moment. The fact that I'm the only one of the Goonies who's willing to be seen with the Fratelli brothers in public. That may change. They may soften their attitude towards these men who shot at us. But I would like to, on the 30th anniversary of the release of the film, I would like to offer to invite you both to be inducted into our club and to become official Goonies, if that's something that you would like.
I'll do it if my brother does.
Brother, shall we?
Raise your right hand. Raise your right hand. Here, I'll stand. Okay. Raise your other right hand. The actual right hand. And repeat after me. I, Joey and Robert.
No, Jake and Francis.
Jake and Francis. Wait. Will never betray my Goondock friends.
Will never betray our Goondock friends.
We will stick together until the whole world ends.
We will stick together until the whole world ends.
Through heaven and hell and nuclear war.
Through heaven and hell and nuclear war.
You gotta let them see your face a little bit. See the camera's out there. Okay. Good pals like us will stick like tar.
Good pals like us will stick like tar.
In the city or the country.
In the city and the country.
Or the forest or the boonies.
Or the forest or the boonies.
I am proudly declared.
I proudly declare.
Oh Lord. A fellow boonie.
A fellow boonie.
Here you go.
That was great. We got to see a Goonie induction.
Yeah, that's part of it. How did your group photo turn out? How'd the group photo turn out? Oh, great.
They probably let people.